Hi friends, I'm Jaina from Pennsylvania. Please like and subscribe. I grew up happy. My dad worked in marketing and my mom was a teacher. We had a beautiful big home, white picket fence, even a dog named Biscuit. Every birthday I got a huge party, and every summer we stayed at a house by the lake. My friends and I spent every moment together. Everything was wonderful. Then my dad lost his job. Suddenly, everything in my life became horrible. We had to sell our beautiful house, and I said goodbye to all my childhood friends since we moved to a completely different state. Our new place was a tiny little apartment. On the first day there, I saw rats. They didn't allow animals either, so we had to give Biscuit to a friend. Dad had to take on 2 jobs, and my parents began to fight all the time. I went from being happy in every part of my life to just wanting to be someone else. Without my friends or parents around, I turned to basically just watching TV. Everyone there seemed to have the perfect life. Beautiful apartments, sparkly dresses, fun parties, and friends. They also had something else in common. They all moved to New York to start a new life of glitz and glamour. Maybe if I went to New York, I could be someone totally new too. As soon as I turned 15, I started working at the local ice cream shop. I saved every single penny, smiling even as the rudest people came into the store.
This strawberry ice cream is too pink. My kid dropped his ice cream. We want a new one.
This is melting. I want my money back. It didn't matter what they said to me. All I cared about was saving for my new life. Slowly, my savings started to add up. By the time I turned 16, I had enough for a weekend in New York. I knew I couldn't have a whole new life yet, but for now, a weekend would be enough. I finally told my parents on the morning of my birthday. I'm going to New York for the weekend.
New York? That's so expensive. We can't pay for that, honey.
I saved up from the ice cream shop.
Okay, but call us every day, okay?
Yeah, sure, whatever. They dropped me off at the train station and I was off. I was so excited to finally be on my own and knew that at least for the weekend, I could be whoever I wanted. New York was so exciting. I could go wherever and do whatever. I tried on dresses at a fancy department store. I bought a hot dog from someone off the street, then got sick an hour later. But it was okay. I was living my dream. Finally, I went to the hotel I booked. I dreamed of gold chandeliers and well-dressed doormen and expensive steak dinners the whole train ride here. Instead, I got this. The hotel was tiny, dirty. Flies buzzed in the lobby. I didn't even have my own room. It was filled with other people and I just had a single bed. I think there's been a mistake.
Nope, this is what you booked. Welcome to New York.
This was not what I imagined my New York trip would be like, but it was all I could afford. Even in my dream city, I was still the same person and my life hadn't changed at all. Suddenly, New York didn't seem that great. It was smelly and dirty and there were way too many people.
Hey, watch where you're going. Who are you looking at?
Nothing, Hey! Someone bumped right into me and I nearly fell over. As I stood up, I realized he had stolen my wallet. I ran after the thief, but after a few minutes, he was gone. Now I didn't have anything. It was all too much. People were so mean. I started to cry in the middle of the street, and people began staring and pointing. It was so incredibly embarrassing. Finally, I decided to just go into the nearest building to get away from everything. Wow. This was the hotel of my dreams. Big, beautiful chandeliers, doormen in fancy suits, rich women drinking champagne and dressed in sparkling gowns. This is who I wanted to be. I was so enchanted by everything that I ran headfirst into someone. Ow!
Elena.
Huh? That wasn't my name. This man must have confused me with someone.
Where have you been? You can't just run off without telling someone.
Who even are you?
I'm Stefan. Your parents sent me to make sure you stayed safe. You have to tell me when you leave the hotel. Come, let's go back to your room.
My room? The one with the bed surrounded by other strangers and mice? It was the last place I wanted to be other than home. I almost ran. Then I noticed that Stefan wasn't taking me out of the building at all. Instead, he was taking me further into the hotel. I was shocked as I stepped into an elevator completely made of gold. It whisked us away so high and so fast, I almost got sick. It felt like we were flying. The elevator doors opened directly to a hotel room. No, not a hotel room, a penthouse. This is my room?
I know it's not big enough, but you have to deal with it for now. And again, if you want to leave, you just have to ask. Your dad just wants to make sure you're okay.
Not big enough? This place was a palace. Stefan left, and I had the whole room to myself. The bathroom was all marble with a built-in hot tub. The TV was huge, bigger than I was, and there were so many chandeliers, I lost count. Even the bed was luxurious, so tall and soft I could barely even climb on. Who the heck had such a nice hotel room? I knew I should have told him he had the wrong person, that I wasn't Elena and I didn't belong here. But then again, this was exactly what I had dreamed of. My stomach started growling, and I decided I would have to figure all that out later, after some free food. I raided the mini fridge in the room, snacking on soda and chips. I even ordered room service. By the time I was done, I was almost gonna fall over. Life had never been this good. My phone rang and I saw it was my parents. All I could think about was the fighting and the rats and losing our sweet biscuit. I hung up on them and decided I couldn't go back there, ever. I would stay in New York and start my life now, even if I had to take over this Elena girl's life to do it. I looked around and found her diary and laptop. I opened the laptop and, is that me? Suddenly, I realized who she was. Elena, a famous actress. My friends used to joke that she was my alter ego. Jaina and Elena sounded similar after all, except while Elena was living a perfect life, I was stuck with nothing at all. Elena would probably be back soon. If they caught me in the room, I would get in huge trouble. I had to get out of here before I was arrested or kicked out. But maybe I could go with a little something extra since my wallet was stolen after all. After changing into Elena's clothes, I told Stefan I was going shopping. He insisted on coming with me. When we got to the store, I said, I forgot my card. He just sighed and handed me the money, no questions asked. It was more cash than I had ever seen in my life. With this kind of money, I didn't have to go back to Pennsylvania at all. I grabbed a bunch of clothes and told him I was going to try them on, but as soon as I was out of view, I made a run for it. Maybe New York hadn't been that great at first, but things were going to be different now. Or so I thought. I hadn't even walked more than a few blocks when I realized I had forgotten my phone. But that was the least of my problems because suddenly someone grabbed me from behind and everything turned dark. I woke up a few hours later, feeling dizzy and confused. Where am I? You! Hey, you! I looked around and saw a girl staring at me from across the room, but she was in total dark, so I couldn't see her. What are you doing here? I don't even know where here is. I don't even know who you are. Well, I've been kidnapped. It happens a lot, to people like me. What I don't understand is why you're here. I've never been kidnapped with other people before. Oh my God, does that mean I'm not special? She stepped into the light and I realized, Elena? That's me. Now, who in the world are you? I'm Jaina. Jaina. You seem familiar, but I don't remember meeting you at a party or a ball. We look a bit alike. As if I could never have such ratty, dull hair. Or put together an outfit that horrible. Horrible? It's your jacket. Oh my God, it is. You're stealing from me? What? No, well, kind of. Are you working with the kidnappers? No, Stefan thought it was you. Ugh, I can't believe he mistook you for me. That's so gross. I was starting to get mad. This girl was so rude. We have bigger problems here. Maybe you get kidnapped a lot, but I definitely don't. I'm gonna get out of here, with or without you. Now, are you gonna help me or not? Elena stared at me for a long moment. Fine, but only so I can yell at Stefan. The two of us sat down and hatched a plan. The kidnappers come to check on us every few hours. They have to unlock the door, which means we can escape. How about I pretend to be hurt so they have to come all the way in? Then you can knock them out. I'm the actress. You knock them out. Ugh, fine, okay, then what? We have to tell someone where we are. How the heck are we gonna do that? We gotta steal a phone. Suddenly, our planning was interrupted by something outside the basement. We eavesdropped through the door. What are they saying? They don't know which one of us is actually famous. That's why they kidnapped us both. We only have a little time then. Once they figure out which one of us is the real Elena, who knows what they'll do? Probably wonder how they could possibly have been so dumb to think someone like you could be someone like me. That kinda hurts, you know. Oh, sorry. I'm not very good with people. They usually just want my money or a picture with me. No one really talks to me except bodyguards. That sounds terrible. I'm sorry. I gave Elena a big hug and she began to tear up. You know, I actually liked things better when we didn't have money.
Really?
Yeah, my dad doesn't care about me anymore. That's why I keep letting myself get kidnapped.
All my dad does is work and fight with my mom.
I don't think it's the same.
They care about you, right?
Right. My dad doesn't even remember my birthday. Elena looked very sad. I felt guilty about not answering my parents' call earlier that day. I knew Elena would do anything to have her dad call her. Suddenly, we heard footsteps in the hallway. Quick, the plan! I hid behind the door while Elena retreated to a far corner. She started crying and pretending that she was hurt. It felt like it was straight out of a movie. One kidnapper entered the room and looked concerned. As he walked towards Elena, I used a chair and hit him. He was knocked right out. I rummaged through his jacket until I found his phone. Got it! We dialed 911. Then quietly, Elena and I tiptoed up the stairs and out of the basement. We took off our shoes to be extra quiet and snuck past one of the kidnappers snoring on the couch. We were almost out the door when someone suddenly shouted,
Hey, they're getting away!
One of them ran and blocked off our exit and reached out to grab us. Elena and I ran in opposite directions. We ran into the dining room. I started throwing everything I could find. A fork, a napkin, a frying pan. Throw your shoes! These are designer! You matter more than your shoes! I grabbed a plate from the dining table and chucked it at the kidnapper. It shattered against his head and took him down. Go, go, go! Elena sprinted to the door. To freedom! Yes!
Not so fast, girlie.
The last kidnapper grabbed me by the arm, yanking me away before I could make it out. That hurts!
You're coming with me. I'll get that ransom if it's the last thing I do.
Jana! Elena was standing in the doorway, frozen in fear. Why hadn't she left yet? Go! I won't leave you! Suddenly, the front door came down entirely.
Give us our daughter back.
Dad! Mom! I was so relieved to see them. I almost started crying. Behind them, I could hear the sirens. The police were on their way. The kidnapper's grip on my arm tightened.
Where's our money? Your money? How about our daughter? You're not getting her back without it. Ow!
Elena grabbed me and dragged me away from the kidnapper. Come on, Jana, let's go! You threw the shoes! Of course I did. You matter way more than shoes.
Police, hands up!
And just like that, the police came and arrested all of the kidnappers. They told us that they would be going away for a very, very long time. My parents wouldn't let me go, constantly hugging me and making sure I was okay. How did you know I was kidnapped?
You left your phone at the hotel. Stefan called us when the kidnappers demanded they pay up for both girls, and we realized that they had you too. We should have never let you go into the city alone.
I didn't think you cared.
We love you so much, Jana. Maybe we're not the best at showing it, but at the end of the day, you're our daughter. We might not have a lot of money, but we would give anything for you.
I love you too. Let's go home. I smiled at my parents, but I noticed that Elena started to look really sad. Her parents hadn't come at all. It was only Stefan. Are you gonna be okay? I'll be fine. I just wished my family cared as much as yours did. You know, friends can be family too. We smiled at each other, and I reached out and squeezed Elena's hand. Come visit me in Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania? I would love that.
Hi, I'm Clara, and I'm a story hunter. I see a story in everything, and I won't stop until I find it. But before we get into it, please like and subscribe to MSA. My parents thought they'd never have kids, but 10 years after their marriage, they had me. While Mom was over the moon, Dad always seemed annoyed when I tried getting his attention.
Daddy, look! I found a ladybug in the park. Isn't she cute? I rescued her from a parade of ants.
Could you please take this girl away? I'm on a phone call.
Of course, honey. Come on, Clara. Let's read some Nancy Drew.
Yay! My favorite!
Dad was weird, but at least I had Mom. She was a journalist before she married Dad and had the craziest stories to tell me. And growing up, I wanted to be just like her. When I turned 10, Mom got me my first recording set, and I went crazy interviewing people on the streets.
Since how long have you been homeless? That's a cute dog. Did you steal it or buy it?
People would pass me weird stares, but I just didn't care. I was following my passion. One evening, I was in a far end of my neighborhood when I missed a turn. The street was empty and it was getting really dark, so I started to walk quickly when a shady black car pulled up next to me.
Hey, kid, are you lost? It's freezing out there. Hop in. I'll drop you off. Don't be scared. I won't harm you.
See, before he could finish, I punched him hard and ran. I thought I was successful, but seconds later the car stopped again and the guy got out, and I was shocked to see he was the frickin' mayor. He wasn't hurt, but this was so embarrassing. I apologized and he dropped me back home, but someone on the street had made a video of me punching the mayor and it went viral. I was the joke of the town, and Dad was furious.
You've crossed all limits. You hit the mayor.
It was a reflex, Dad. I was scared, and I've read so much about these kidnappers in a black car.
All this investigation and these stupid stories are ruining you. What if he wants to take action and drag us to court? I'm a really private person. I don't want this.
Jeez, relax, Dad. He won't. He knows it was just a mistake. Why are you getting so worked up?
That's it. You're grounded. And no more story hunting.
But why? Mom, say something.
But as always, Mom said nothing, and I was done for. Growing up, Dad and I drifted further apart. He stayed cooped up in his office while I got busy with school and perfecting my investigation skills. On my 15th birthday, I begged Mom to get me a professional recording set with a mic, but she simply refused. We just don't have the money for it. I decided to try my luck with Dad and ask him for some money. I wouldn't tell him what it was for exactly, but he wasn't in his office. As I was leaving, suddenly my foot got caught in the carpet and I landed on some boxes full of money.
Oh my God, Clara, what are you doing in here?
Mom, you said we don't have any money. What is all this?
It belongs to your dad, and it's not your concern.
But it's a lot of money, Mom. It has to come from somewhere. Is Dad a mafia guy? Oh my God, he robbed a bank, didn't he?
Stop it. Please, Clara, you don't understand. You need to leave, now. And don't say a word about this to anyone, least of all your dad. Promise me.
Something was definitely fishy, but I'd never seen Mom so serious. So I did what she said. I wanted to know more, but I just didn't get the chance to go into Dad's study again. Soon, I got busy with school and forgot all about it. One time in 11th grade, Lena, the head cheerleader and the most popular girl, walked up to me. I heard you can uncover any truth in the world. Is that true? That depends on what kind of truth you want. Well, don't tell anyone, but I think Nick's cheating on me. Who's Nick? Do you live under a rock? Nick's my boyfriend. He's the captain of the football team. Got it. What about him? I just told you. He's cheating on me, and I want you to find out the truth. Oh, yeah. Leave this to me. Be careful. He's a very good liar. No liar can ever hide the truth from the world's greatest investigator. Go and chill, kid. I got this. I started following Nick around everywhere, but I couldn't find any dirt on him. Until one day, I saw him sneak into the coach's office and saw him making out with another girl. I waited till he left without noticing me, and then, right in the middle of the cafeteria, I made him pay. I dropped an entire carton of milk all over his head.
What the heck? What do you want, weirdo?
Listen up, everyone. This jerk right here cheated on his girlfriend.
No, I didn't.
I knew you'd say that. Here's the proof. Nick looked at me in shock as I showed him the video of his makeout session. Lena broke up with him instantly, and he was getting a lot of backlash for cheating on the most popular girl around. Soon after, he left and got transferred to North High, our rival school. After that, Lena and I started hanging out and became besties. As much as I liked having her around, her band of cheerleaders annoyed me. Especially this girl, Wendy. Lena even had a YouTube channel with her where they ran gossip sessions and fashion advice. You know, I was thinking, why don't we add Clara to the channel? Why? So we lose all our followers and our popularity? I don't think having 5 followers makes you popular. But then again, what do I know? Stop it, you two. Clara is a professional. You saw what she did with Nick, and with her brains and cool stories and my beauty tips and styling, we'll be so much more popular. We'll be like Daphne and Velma. Who? Scooby-Doo? Forget it. We should totally do it. I joined the YouTube channel soon after, and we started with collecting scoops on everyone in school. Within a few months, we hit 1 million subscribers. I was happy, but Lena was on cloud 9. Her popularity was through the roof, and she loved the attention. We got invited to every party in town, and she would drag me with her even when I didn't feel like going. One day I was at her house getting ready for a party when Wendy made a snarky comment. Do you always have to dress up like a homeless person? And why's your hair such a mess? There's nothing wrong with my hair or clothes. I don't want to look all dolled up. Detectives are meant to look rugged, right, Lena? Yeah, but it won't hurt you to put on a little makeup now and then. It'll only make you look prettier. No, it'll make me look like a bimbo. So you think I'm a bimbo? I didn't mean it like that, but Lena was already walking in the other direction. Good job, Sherlock. I wanted to apologize to Lena, but she kept ignoring me at the party and at school the next day. I got that she was mad at me, but it wasn't like she supported me in front of Wendy either. I decided to give her some time and continue doing my bit for the channel. The next day after lunch, I was passing by when I saw Wendy terrorizing the school topper and making him do her assignments. But as I took my camera out, Lena walked up to me and knocked it out of my hand. What are you doing? She's our friend. Nope, she's your friend. She doesn't even like me. Why can't you guys just try to get along? For me? I know you think we're bimbos, but that's the least you can do as my best friend. Oh, you're so dramatic. Okay, fine. I'll let this go. Just this once. And I don't think you're a bimbo. I'm sorry. Stop talking and meet me for boba tea later. Deal? Deal. And just like that, we were back to being besties. And I tried to tolerate Wendy better, even though she still got on my nerves. Soon after, the entire school was buzzing over the senior day prank wars with North High, and Lena was determined to crush the rival school, mainly because Nick was their new student body president. We need to ace this. They should never see us coming. How about we break into the school? You can't be serious, Wendy. You guys will get caught. Not with these masks, we won't. And why are you so negative? I'm being practical. It's the dumbest plan on earth. Back me up, Lena. Actually, I like it. No one will ever know. Now, are you in or out? Out. You know my dad. He would ground me for life if I got caught. You know what, Clara? I've been there for all your dumb investigations. I even got you in on the channel. And now, if you can't support me, then you're not a good friend. Hey, that's not fair. It's my channel too. I made it popular. Really? Wow. Tell me why she's here again. Oh my god, I can't deal with you guys right now. I'm going. Lena turned to leave. I didn't want her to be mad again, so I reluctantly tagged along. But just as we reached there, all the cheerleaders took out spray cans and started trashing lockers and vandalizing the walls. I tried to stop them when Lena banged into me and I went flying into a statue, crashing it to pieces. Those statues are like thousands of dollars. I told you this was a dumb idea. Oh my god, what are we supposed to do? We don't have time. Run! As I made my way home, my heart couldn't stop racing. I'd just made the most terrible mistake of my life, and I prayed no one would find out about it. But the next day at school, I felt numb when the principal called me into his office, with both Dad and Nick waiting for me there, along with a few other people from North High.
Clara, where were you last night?
I was...
Vandalizing property, right? Are you really that dumb not to know that every school has security cameras? The school authorities checked last night's footage, and guess what they found?
Nick flashed the phone in my face with footage of me crashing into the statue and breaking it. Everyone else had a mask on, but me! How could I be so stupid? But it was a mistake.
Was it? And who are these other girls with you? Do you have a name?
I wanted to punch Nick in the face. He knew I wouldn't rat Lena out, even though I was mad at her for putting me into this mess.
Now, either you pay for the damages, or you get expelled for a month, or you give me the names of all the other girls involved, and I'll think about reducing your punishment.
I can't. I'm sorry. Dad.
Expel her. There's no way I'm paying that money.
With that, Dad simply got up and left, leaving me in tears. How could he do this to me? I knew it was my fault, but he was my father. Wasn't he supposed to look after me or something? That evening at home, I had the worst argument with Dad, while Mom just stood in a corner like a stone.
Were you at that school for some dumb story? You're such a nuisance. I can't believe you're my kid.
I can't believe you're my dad either. What father gets his own child expelled over a few bucks? You never supported me, and you always acted like my existence bothers you. And it's not like you're so perfect yourself. What do you even do, Dad? How do you really make money?
How dare you talk to me like that in my own house? I don't have to take this.
Mom, are you just gonna stand there and say nothing? This suspension will go down on my record. How can you be such a coward?
What is she gonna say? Listen to me, kid. You better stop throwing tantrums and do as I say, or you'll be out of here.
I wanted to scream in Dad's face, and I felt angrier at Mom for being quiet. That night, I felt the most alone I'd ever been. The worst part about this was I couldn't talk to Lena either, even though she'd tried calling me 1,000 times. That night, I slept with the worst headache of my life. And the next morning, I woke up to loud noises and Lena shaking me like a mad person. Wake up, dummy! Wake up! Fine, I'm up. What is that noise? Get dressed and come out. Your mom needs you. It's your dad. He's been arrested. Arrested? For what? Just come down. I rushed downstairs, and I was shocked to see our entire yard was surrounded by police cars and reporters shoving cameras in my face, asking a million questions all at once.
How does it feel to be the daughter of a lying thief?
Did you know about your father's crimes this entire time? Oh my God, what was happening? Just then, I spotted Mom talking to one of the reporters. Mom, what's happening? And why is Lena saying that Dad's been arrested? What Mom told me next shook my entire world.
Your father is a criminal, Clara. He was laundering money from his company to fake accounts abroad.
I just knew it. That's what all the money was for, right?
Yes. I didn't say anything because I wanted to protect your dad. But what's the point of saving his sorry butt when he couldn't even stand up and protect his daughter? So I told the police everything. I even gave them evidence. I don't want to live like a coward.
Mom, I'm so proud of you. And I'm sorry for calling you that.
It's okay. I know it was a lot for you. Now, let's start afresh.
Talking about a fresh start, can we be friends again? I miss you, and I'm sorry for dragging you into this mess. Looks like you did me a favor there. If not for you, I wouldn't have been expelled and Mom would have never taken the step forward. So, thank you. So that means we're cool? Well, will you treat me to boba tea later? And keep that Wendy away from me? You got it.